Imagine waking up one morning and finding every faucet, every river, every ocean bone dry. The familiar sound of running water is gone, replaced by an eerie silence that fills your home and the world outside. You reach for a glass, but nothing pours out. The simple act of washing your face or making coffee becomes impossible. Not a single drop of water remains anywhere on Earth. The glass in your hand is empty, and so is every reservoir, every well, every hidden spring that once nourished life. The world outside is stripped of dew, rivers are scars, and the oceans are empty basins. The grass, once glistening in the morning light, is brittle and brown, crunching underfoot. This isn't a nightmare, it's a new, impossible reality. The landscapes we once knew are unrecognizable, transformed into vast stretches of dust and silence. In an instant, every molecule of water has vanished. The lakes and rivers that shaped continents and civilizations are now only memories, their beds exposed to the relentless sun. Our blue planet, defined by water, is now a barren rock. From space, Earth's vibrant blues have faded to dull browns and grays, a silent testament to what's been lost. Life as we know it is over. Water is our foundation, and without it, everything collapses. Plants wither, animals vanish, and cities become ghostly shells overtaken by dust and decay. The disappearance of water is the ultimate apocalypse, a transformation so complete it erases the rules of life. Natural disasters follow, as the planet's delicate balance is shattered. Let's explore what happens next. The collapse of ecosystems, the end of cities, and the desperate struggle for survival. People search in vain for even a drop, their hope fading with each passing hour. This isn't just a story of destruction, it's a lesson in how deeply water connects us to our world. Every memory of laughter by a stream or rain on a window becomes a reminder of what we've lost. By stripping away water, we see how precious it truly is. A single droplet once taken for granted now represents life itself. Take a breath, feel the moisture in the air, and realize how vital it is. Even the invisible water in the air, the mist and humidity, is gone, leaving the world harsh and unyielding. We'll travel from the first seconds of the disappearance to the silent centuries that follow. Watch as forests decay, cities crumble, and the seasons pass over a world forever changed. What happens to life, to the planet? What can this scenario teach us about our world today? Scientists, historians, and dreamers alike would search for answers in the dust. Let's begin our journey into the heart of a silent, thirsty planet. The story starts now, and with it, a deeper understanding of the fragile miracle that is water. Water is the architect of our world, sculpting the land beneath our feet and the very environments we call home. From the highest mountain streams to the deepest ocean trenches, water is the silent force that has shaped Earth for billions of years. It is the engine of life, the essential ingredient that makes existence possible for every living thing, from the tiniest microbe to the largest mammal. Water carves canyons, shapes coastlines, and moderates our climate through powerful ocean currents. It is constantly in motion, wearing down mountains and building up new land, connecting continents and regulating temperatures across the globe. Without water, there would be no oceans, no clouds drifting overhead, and no shield to protect us from the sun's harsh radiation. The planet would be stripped of its blue beauty and life-giving cycles. Earth would become a world of violent temperature swings, more extreme than any desert we know, with scorching days and freezing nights, unable to support life as we understand it. Life began in water. Every cell is a tiny bag of water where the chemistry of life unfolds. Water is the medium in which molecules meet, react, and create the spark of life itself. Water dissolves nutrients, carries them into cells, and flushes away waste. It is the universal solvent, making the flow of energy and matter possible within every organism. It's the blood in our veins, the sap in trees, the fluid that cushions our brains and keeps our bodies functioning. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought depends on water's presence. Without water, the dance of life stops instantly. Ecosystems collapse, plants wither, and animals perish, leaving behind only silence and dust. Human civilization rose on riverbanks. Water made agriculture, cities, and trade possible. Our greatest achievements and cultures have always flourished where water flows. Our economies, industries, and energy all depend on water's flow. From powering turbines to irrigating crops and cooling factories, water is the lifeblood of modern society. Losing water isn't just about thirst, it's the unraveling of every system that makes our world work. Food disappears, industries grind to a halt, and cities become uninhabitable. Climate regulation would shatter, biology would halt, and society would collapse. The delicate balance that sustains us would be lost forever. Water is the invisible thread weaving together geology, biology, and society. It connects every system, every living thing, and every moment of our lives. Pull that thread, and the tapestry of Earth comes undone. The intricate web of life and civilization unravels, leaving only fragments of what once was. Water is the single point of failure for our planet. Without it, nothing survives. It is the foundation of everything we know, and the key to our future. The moment water vanishes, an invisible hand of thirst grips every living thing on Earth. In an instant, the world is thrown into confusion and fear as the most basic need for survival is ripped away. 8 billion humans feel their bodies dehydrate, mouths dry, minds foggy, strength fading. Panic spreads as people realize that no amount of searching will quench their thirst. The sensation of dryness becomes overwhelming, and exhaustion sets in with terrifying speed. No taps, no bottles, no wells. Panic erupts, but there's nothing to drink. Supermarkets are stripped bare in minutes, but every bottle is empty, every container bone dry. Desperation grows as people search in vain for even a drop. Plants wilt instantly, photosynthesis stops, and green landscapes turn brown within hours. Gardens, forests, and fields lose their color, transforming into lifeless husks. The world's food supply collapses before our eyes. The air dries out, the smell of life replaced by dust and decay. Every breath feels harsh, and the familiar scent of rain and greenery is gone, replaced by the choking taste of dust. Animals, wild and domestic, search in vain for water, driven by instinct to empty riverbeds. Herds wander aimlessly, their calls echoing in the silence as thirst drives them to desperation. Aquatic life suffers the worst. Fish and whales left stranded on barren seafloors. Rivers, lakes, and oceans become graveyards, their inhabitants gasping for life that no longer exists. Oceans become graveyards. The world's symphony of water falls silent. The once mighty seas are now endless deserts of cracked earth echoing with silence. By the end of the first day, dehydration claims millions, vegetation is dead, and the oceans are empty chasms. Civilization reels as the scale of the disaster becomes clear. But the disaster deepens. No moisture means no clouds, so the sun scorches by day. The ground bakes and the heat becomes unbearable, with no relief in sight. At night, heat escapes into space and temperatures plummet. The world swings from burning days to freezing nights as the planet's climate spirals out of control. The first 24 hours are a descent into hell, thirst, heat, and cold. The world is unrecognizable, transformed into a wasteland where hope fades with every passing hour. Civilization collapses as the basic needs of life disappear. The silence is absolute, broken only by the wind and the distant cries of the desperate. The planet's green lungs have collapsed. Forests and jungles, once teeming with life, are now graveyards of brittle leaves and fallen branches. The age of water is over. Only dust remains, swirling endlessly over a silent, broken world. In the first week, Earth itself begins to break down. No clouds, no rain, just a harsh, unfiltered sun and a sky of deep blue by day, black by night. Temperatures swing wildly, scorching days, freezing nights. The ground, once stabilized by water, sinks and cracks. Massive fissures split continents. Cities on river deltas and coasts collapse as the land gives way. The empty ocean basins rebound, triggering earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. The ring of fire erupts in a global cataclysm. Dust storms rage, filling the air with abrasive particles. Breathing becomes impossible. The world is shrouded in a brown haze, suffocating in its own remains. Any human survivors face extinction from heat, cold, dust, and starvation. Civilization systems, power, communication, transport fail instantly. By week's end, humanity is gone, cities are ruins, and dust buries our legacy. The planet is a graveyard. Months later, Earth is a true desert planet, dust and rock under a brutal sun. Dust storms have buried coastlines and softened mountains. The world is brown, gray, and red. Temperatures swing savagely, equator scorched, poles frozen. With no plants, oxygen production has ceased. Air is thick with dust and volcanic gases. The ocean floor's rebound causes constant earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Lava flows reshape the land, but life is gone. Cities are fragile shells, monuments eroded by wind and UV. Plastics shatter, metals corrode slowly, and monuments crumble. Earth is a museum of a dead civilization with no one left to visit. The planet is geologically active but biologically dead. only dust and ruins remain. Decades and centuries later, Earth is unrecognizable. The empty ocean basins are vast salt flats and sediment fields. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge is now the planet's longest, most prominent mountain range. Volcanic gases fill the air. The sky glows yellow from sulfur. With no oceans or life to process gases, a dry greenhouse effect takes hold. Weathering and erosion are driven by wind and temperature swings, not water. Rocks fracture from heat by day and cold by night. Giant dune seas cover continents, wind sculpts the land into alien forms, no seasons, no life cycles, only the slow grind of geology. Time loses meaning, only physics and chemistry remain. Earth is a timeless monument of rock and dust. The story of life is over. Civilization collapses instantly. No water, no power, no communication. The economy, trade, and government become meaningless as dehydration incapacitates everyone. Power plants and data centers fail, the world goes dark and silent. Social order unravels, but there's nothing left to fight for. Families perish together, unable to help each other. Our books, art, and digital records are lost as paper crumbles and servers degrade. Our languages and knowledge vanish with the last human mind. The end is absolute, humanity erased, leaving only ruins. The planet moves on, indifferent to our passing. Survival is impossible for complex life. Plants, animals, fungi, all gone. Even extremophiles, the toughest microbes, can only persist as dormant spores deep underground. They wait in suspended animation for water that will never return. Humanity's technology can't save us. There's no time, no resources, no hope. Only comets or asteroids over millions of years might deliver tiny amounts of water. If any spores survive and water returns, life could re-emerge, a second Genesis on a hostile Earth. But for now, the planet is sterile. Life's story is paused, perhaps forever. Only cosmic chance could restart it. Our journey to a waterless Earth is a warning. Water can't simply vanish, but imagining its loss reveals its true value. Water is not a commodity, it's the lifeblood of our world. Today, billions already face water scarcity. We're depleting rivers and aquifers, polluting what remains. Climate change brings droughts and floods, pushing us closer to crisis. The dry world is a mirror of the future we risk if we don't act. We must protect water, conserve, fight pollution, and rethink how we use it. Every drop matters, our survival depends on it. Appreciate water's journey and its role in your life. Support conservation, make conscious choices, and reduce your water footprint. We are guardians of the blue planet. Let's not learn water's value by its absence. Cherish and protect it for all generations to come.